It's
and
amazing as
and
a man how hard it is to call for help.
the hardest part of the whole thing.
Man, like I never thought that I was that person either that was challenged with it until I reflect back on the journey that I've gone through as a man. Holy, even still
Yeah.
today, like I remember my wife, so my wife recently went through some stuff. Not to like take from your story, but I think it concretes it in. My wife went through some hard stuff recently, like a bit of an identity crisis in that. And like I've been trying to help her. Luckily, we've got I mean, going through everything, you don't have a good support system, and we're very particular on who our friends are. You know, it's like I only want a handful of friends because they're the ones that actually count. But I remember, so she was going through stuff and she was really hating work and was kind of, really at that place where she wanted to quit, but had like a lot of her childhood stuff that she needed to work through, like money stories and things as well. Again, being the bread earner, making the most money. I'm like, dude, I'm like, we'll figure it out. She hates it when well, not so much anymore, literally since this year. But she used to hate when I'd be like, "We'll just figure it out. It'll be all good. We'll sort it out." Because I have literally proof. Like we've gone to the U.S. for 3 months with no job to come back to, and I'm like, "Yeah, we'll figure it out." And I have a job waiting for me when I get back. Something happens while I'm away, and people are like, get a call while I'm
Yeah.
away and be like, "Hey, can you come work?" Yeah, I'll be back on this date. Cool. See you then. But um, I remember like going through it all, and we were working through all that, and she struggles big time with asking for help as well.
Yeah.
And I remember reflecting back on it, and I remember we were going through stuff in that, and I messaged a buddy of mine, was like, or tried to call a buddy of mine, and he's busy, he runs his own chiropractic business. He is real busy, and I know all I have to do is send him a message and be like, I need you. And he'd drop everything, like literally everything. I've got, those three friends. I remember listening to a Navy SEAL, and he says you have those 3 a.m. friends that will literally like you give them a call at 3 a.m. and they're like you hear them in the background, racking their gun and getting their shovel and putting their boots on because they're like, cool, where am I meeting you? And these are those friends. But I called them during the day, and I remember I was struggling a little bit, and I was like, cool, I want to talk to somebody. And I called him once and then kind of left it. And then he called me like 2 weeks later or something like that. A lot of time had gone past. I'd worked through it and, dealt with it. And my wife and I had then talked and, different things. And I remember telling him, I was like, yeah, I was, going through a struggle and challenge in that. And he's like, dude, moving forward, he's like, we need a code word. Like, we need a code thing. Like, we're both very busy. And he had just recently, and I'd seen it already, but Simon Sinek did a thing around somebody that he was talking to saying that you only need 8 minutes to dump on somebody to be able to get stuff out. And if you like just dedicate 8 minutes to somebody, and so he's like this friend of Simon Sinek was like this person they actually have a thing of like, they'll send them a message, just be like, hey, I need 8 minutes. And so my
Yeah.
my best friend and I haven't needed to use it, but he's like, dude, just if you ever need to just kind of do a verbal dump or something, he's like, if you need me in that space again, he's like, just text me. I need, 8 minutes. Just text me 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's that thing of that again, you find those friends when you work out yourself, but it's so hard to ask for help because like I needed somebody at that time, but I was like, I don't need them that bad. I can figure this out. And I've
Yeah.
done a I've done
Yeah.
a ton of work on myself. So when you haven't done a lot of work, like like you're laughing like your head off. You know, it's when you haven't done that work, it's even harder. It's so